Hello, Steve from HHI Builders. So I got your email, and I'd love to show you what you had kind of asked me here with a couple other searches. So I did one for Hilton Head Contractor, and if we scroll down now, we do see you for this one in the GMB or map pack here, and you're in the third spot. Now, if we scroll down, you are right. We're not going to see the same person at the top. We got a couple directories with Who's and Yelp, and then we have Paul Langen Contracting. And if we scroll down, we do find you on the first page. You're in the, let's see, you're in the, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're in the 8th spot on page 1 for Hilton Head Contractor. Now, if we look at Hilton Head Remodel, we find, I think you were, let's see, I thought you were in the map pack here too. Yep, so you're in the map pack here for this one as well. However, in the organic section, we see Remodel Hilton Head, Angie's List, Low Country Home, Who's, I think you are on this one as well. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're in the 9th spot on this one. Now, I was looking at this, right, because I went over to your page and for on Ahrefs here, that program that tells me how you're performing. And so then I don't know if I had mentioned this in the first video, but the numbers don't change. This is all just based on your site, what it's actually doing, regardless of the location, right? Or what keyword. This is just in general. So right now we see you do have 7 keywords showing up, but there's 0 traffic actually coming. So I clicked this, and interestingly enough, the 2 that we had looked at, right, for the searches, the keywords were Hilton Head Contractor and Hilton Head Remodel. Now, neither of those shows up here. So I looked into it, and the reason why is because there's really low volume for those 2 keywords, and that's why I didn't use those for the video that I had showed you. And in fact, I had used, I believe it was Hilton Head Home Builders, because this one has 50 visitors who search it every month. And that's why I went after one that actually had some more volume to it. Both of the 2 that you asked me to search, the Hilton Head Contractor and Hilton Head Remodel, both have under 10 people who search every month. We call it a 0 to 10. So it doesn't actually show up in our search, but it's such a low number of people that would come. And let's see, if I go over to Paul Langen, we can see that their numbers don't, they're not like blowing us away either, right? They have 21 keywords, and they do have 2 actual visitor results. Now, if we do look at what they have, Hilton Head Contractors, there's only 10 people who search it. But you can see even in the 3rd spot on page 1 here, they're only actually getting, a little bit less than 1.5 visitors per month. So because of the volume, you can imagine if it was less than 1, and where you guys are at with even 7, 8, even if you were at 5, you'd probably be getting under 1 actual visitor. Even the 1 spot would only be getting, maybe 1 or 2, which is, usually get 20 to 35% in that number 1 spot. Could go all the way up to like 37%. But because there's just not a lot of volume in that one, there's just, we're not really getting many results. So it doesn't even show up in your keywords. So the 7 keywords you have: Hilton Head Contractors, National Branding Solutions, Hilton Jones Builders, Hilton Head Builders, Hilton Head Kitchen and Bath, Hilton Head Island Builders, and Hilton Head Home Builders. Now, I don't know if I showed you this in the first video either, but the position tells you where you rank on the, for that keyword. So we know there's 10 results per page, 10 results on the first page. And so 15 puts you in the middle of page 2, 25 puts you in the middle of page 3, 32 puts you at the top of page 4, 42 page 5, page 6, actually 7, and 9 puts us on page 10 with 98. So the problem really being is that most people, when they do any Google search, they really don't even go to page 2. We found 80 to 85% of people will not even go to page 2. So if you're at like the top of page 2, if there's bigger search volume, you might get like 1 or 2 visitors, but you're not going to get too much. You really want to be on page 1 for everything, and that's kind of the theme. And the way to really get on page 1, of course, is you can either pay for ads, which for this Hilton Head Contractor, nobody is. So if you did want to pay for ads, you'd be the only result. However, with not a lot of volume, I don't think it'd really be worth it for you. And then with the GMB, you're going to get some clicks from that directly. So you have to be in the top 3 for that one. And then for the actual organic, you want to be on page 1. Now, like I said, for these 2, there's just not a lot of search volume on them. So, I mean, it helps to be on the first page. But you're just getting a much smaller percentage and sample that you're working with, so you're just not going to get really the same results. But as we said, a lot of the top companies, like even Paul Langen, who was the top for, I believe it was Hilton Head Remodel. Let's see. Oh, what's the other one? or Hilton Head Contractors. There they are. We can see their numbers aren't like, they're not that big either, right? And so the idea being, we'd probably look at their 10 referring domains. We see 4 of those sites are strong. We could probably go get those same 4 sites to build even more trust with your site, you know, and get more keywords and get some more visitors. For you now, definitely, depending on how far you guys are willing to kind of travel, you might want to add some keywords from other areas. And you know, with more research, I'd be able to find a few more that around your area. Again, depending on how far you're willing to go and what services you're willing to do, we could find some other keywords that you'd want to really go after and get on the first page for those to bring you in a lot more visitors to your site and get you some more calls. All right, Steve, I hope that was helpful. You know, next step really would be, if you want to set up just a quick phone call, I can answer any more questions for you. And then, you know, kind of find out what you'd like to do there, and then we could talk more from there. All right, thanks, Steve. Have a good one. Bye.